Hello everyone, it's Max here, and the piece that we'll be exploring today is from the ABRSM exam 2020 to 2023, Grade 4, B1, Where is Love? So Where is Love is a song from the musical Oliver, which was written by Lionel and Bart in 1960. The musical, based on the Charles Dickens novel Oliver Twist, tells the story of a young orphan boy named Oliver who navigates the harsh realities of life in 19th century England. Lionel Bart was an English composer and lyricist who was known for his work in the musical theatre. He wrote the music and lyrics for several successful productions in the 1950s and 60s, including Oliver and Beats Bart's work in musical theatre, and he is widely regarded as a pioneer of the British musical. Where is Love in the musical is sung by the character Oliver, expressing his yearning for a sense of belonging and love. The song is one of the most well-known numbers from the musical and has been covered by many artists over the years. For those of you who are learning the song, I would suggest that you check out the original song from the musical just to get an idea about the background and the tone that you want to produce for this song. Where is Love is written in a key of C major and features a primarily piano-based accompaniment. The song has a simple structure, with the verse and chorus repeating several times, with a rising and falling pattern that emphasizes the change of the singer's emotional state. Now, in terms of the performance style, Where is Love requires the performer to perform with a full and powerful tone, reaching for high notes and holding onto them with emphasis. After talking about the backstory and the requirement for us to perform this piece well, now I would like to talk about three main technical things that you should pay attention to as you are playing this piece. For those of you who have looked at the music, it may appear at the first sight that the notes are not too difficult. Obviously there are some shifts that are involved, but technically speaking, given the speed of the piece, it doesn't seem like it's as difficult as the other pieces in grade 4. However, we want to take that extra energy and attention that we can spare and really put it into the tone that we create. And this will be the ongoing thing that separates between good playing and bad playing in this piece. The first technical requirement for us to play this piece well is simply to make sure that our bow is straight. Oftentimes when students' bow is not straight, they do one of the two things. One, due to the fact that the bow slips on the string, they fail to create a good sound. And second, oftentimes they will end up playing a diminuendo stroke when it is not required. Something like only when the bow is straight then we can create some good sound. Right, so if you're playing the piece already, play it in front of the mirror, have a look at your right hand. If it's not straight, you know what to do, you need to go back and do some more open string. And for those of you who are not practicing open strings on a consistent basis, I can see you. You need to go back and keep practicing open string, because it's honestly a very, very important exercise for our right hand. Second technical requirement for us to play well is that we should be very, very aware of the distribution of the bow. One thing that is quite common that I see in students that fail to create any effect in the right hand is because they were not thinking about the bow distribution carefully beforehand. They were not preparing for it. For example, if we have a note that is 4 beats long and you realize that you are about to run out of bow, you will just very naturally try to slow down, and then you have this kind of sound that ruins the sound, the tone of the whole note. The other thing is, if you are to do, for example, in bar 7, if you have crescendo, oh, I'm here already, but actually I have one more note to do crescendo, you're running out of bow. And you are not going to create a good sound for the last note. So safe enough bow. Now is the time to change. And when you decide to change, at which point depends on how much bow or how big the effect you want it to be. So again, take a look to see whether your distribution of bow makes sense and actually helps your expression. The reason why the first 2 points are all about right hand is, again, tone is the emphasis of this piece. Moving on to the third point, we want to talk about the practice of the shift. Simply put, because this is a slow piece and we wanted everything to blend so well, we want our expression to not be disturbed, interrupted by our shift. So we want to make sure that our shift happens very lightly, gently, and happens very fluently. Yes. So for example, in bar 8, 9, and 10, we have if my left hand is very stiff, right, our left and right hand are all connected, we're going to start ending up pushing the bow as well. And then Oliver will be really, really sad. So make sure that we are, check your thumb. Yes. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through every single shift in this piece, just to hopefully provide you with a chance to practice with me in terms of the slow shift. But for now, remember, you make sure that the thumb is relaxed and is not grabbing onto the violin. If you still have a problem, let go of the thumb and practice for 3-4 times before you put your thumb back. This is always an exercise that can remind you of how important it is to relax that thumb. Now, before I go, I want to give you a very, very quick final fourth tip. I know this is not promised, but the final tip is that for those of you who do not mind singing or who like singing in the shower, I would actually recommend you to try to sing the piece out. You can either follow the piano track or you can do it with a karaoke version online, and you can sing along also with the singing version, the musical version, and this will help you develop a little bit more of the musical expression that you want. Observe and pay attention to where you change your breath. Alright, oftentimes after we are a bit more familiar with the piece, after the first and second trial, then we start to breathe more naturally. And these points are normally the points you want to change the phrase when you're playing on the violin. Okay, and that's it for today. I will see you in my practice video. I hope this helps. Good luck.